Hello guys, I am Havoc and thank you for tuning in once again. Well, this is a bit of a different video today. This is the first video blog or vlog I've ever done, and I'm quite new at this, so I hope you'll forgive me. But something happened this last week that I thought was really special, and it touched my heart, and also it kind of backed up my beliefs of what I knew was a really important thing, not only in my lives, but in other people's as well. So what this is about is the role of gaming communities, not only in World of Tanks, but across the board, across the whole thing. Now, the reason I made a video about this is because I'm a strong believer in communities. I believe that in modern society, communities are failing. It's becoming more and more common that people don't even know their next door neighbours or people in the street. I am lucky enough to live in the house I was born in, and I know most of the people that live in the street. I've seen them come and go. I've seen them raise their children and leave, and I've seen people that have bought holiday homes and then they come only for the summer, and I know the old boy across the street who knew me when I was 2. So I'm really lucky, and because of that, I know and understand the value of knowing the people that live around you, not only in the near vicinity but the town. I come from a small town myself, so there is a community feel in the town. Everyone knows everyone, and it's nice and lovely, and you know, there's a really good feel to the town that I live in. Now, that's not the case across the planet, and a lot of people are, you know, definitely losing their sense of community, not only in their hometowns but counties and even countries. So that brings me on to gaming communities. Gaming communities, in my opinion, provide a massive gap that exists in society right now. Let's face it, the people we game with most of the time, we speak to them more than we speak to most members of our family. Most of the friends that we grew up with, I've got people that I engage with on a daily basis, and I know people that I've been best friends with since I've been 5 years old, and I haven't spoken to them in a month. It don't mean I don't love them, it don't mean I don't care for them, of course I do. We all love each other. We all get busy with our lives, and gaming communities are right there in your household. You do not need to go out, and that's not necessarily a good thing. I would always encourage people to go out and enjoy the place before they sit and just plug themselves in front of a computer screen for many hours. But the fact is, gaming communities are easy, and because of that, people are turning to them not only for gaming, but online communities, but you know, for other things that they're doing as well. So, for those of you that don't know, I'm the leader of a community. It's a large community, over 700 members across 8 clans. Started it primarily to help people learn the game World of Tanks, to help them progress in the game, and to help their enjoyment in the game via helping them improve. Now, it's the first community that I started, and I've definitely involved my processes along the way. It's been a massive learning experience, not only for me, but for the people that have helped me run this community. And it's taught me some things along the way. And it's them things that I want to talk to you about, as well as this amazing thing that's happened that I just cannot praise enough. So basically what we got is, we've got a bunch of people in our community, and I'm sure they exist in all gaming communities, and they rely on this support network. You know, there's a saying amongst gamers, and it's real life first. And let's face it, you know, real life should come first, definitely, especially if you've got a young family like I have, Mrs., baby, this, that and the other. But we say it because that's what we should do. But if we're being honest with ourselves, we don't always treat it like that. We say real life first, but often the game comes first, or the community that you're in comes first. And that gets me thinking, you know, why is that? Well, the simple and honest answer to that is, a gaming community, a TeamSpeak environment where you're playing the game and you're sharing a common interest, is real life. That is your real life. You're invested hours and hours of your time in conversations, playing with people, getting to know people, getting to know about their personalities and their lives, and what's important to them and what's important to you. And I would put it to you now that, you know, real bonds are made in these communities. Our community has people with bipolar, mental and physical disabilities. There are people that are full-time carers for their parents, loved ones, siblings that are now deceased or unable to look after their own children. They're looking after their children because of some sort of disability. We have got people that been physically disabled for some time, suffer from severe arthritis, whether it be premature or through old age. We've also got people that are just run-of-the-mill people that come on, they work hard, they go to their job and they come here to relax. And it's an amazing thing, because what I've experienced since I've started this is it's an amazing support network to have. For some reason, when you're not looking someone in the eye and you're talking to them over TeamSpeak, it's incredibly easy to converse with those people and really share what you're thinking. And I think there's a lack of that in society today, where people will just be honest and open with people face to face and say, look, I'm feeling this way. But that seems to happen on TeamSpeak. And what I've experienced is when it does happen, people are there for one another. And I have sat there myself for hours and hours and hours speaking to people in tears because something's gone on in their life. They've lost a job, they've been ripped off by a car. It can be all manner of things. In actual fact, the people in the Havoc X community, the leadership, are the same. We spend a lot of time about the people care aspect of communities. So that's the real. So what I'm seeing develop now is a real role of a gaming community that I didn't understand. So it's a support network for people, all across the world. That what we must understand as community leaders is so important to know your community. You must remain trustful and reliable to the guys. Okay, they will confide in you and bring things to you, and there's a bit of a responsibility as a community leader to keep things on an even keel. Now, online communities have a reputation for being led mainly by Hitler type people. A lot of them are massive ego trips, and coming from one successful community, I would say if you're a community leader, please don't do that. The best thing you can do is be kind and understanding, and just make sure people treat each other with respect, and then it will grow beyond belief. I find if you inform the community and entertain them, you get back tenfold, and never underestimate the community. And that's what I'm going to get onto next. So we've established that there are support networks for people that are struggling with their lives and people that aren't. The other real role for a gaming community is if you do have youngsters. Now, we don't have anyone under 16 now, but I would still classify like 16 to 20 as youngsters. I'm 34 now. I'm not old by any stretch of the imagination, but I didn't know crap when I was 20. So it's a massive mentorship for those young people. If the community ethics and principles are correct, it can really steer them onto a right path, including talks about responsible gaming, which is a very serious thing, especially for youngsters now. Youngsters, the way they plug in and the hours they spend on the game is out of kilter, and that should be addressed, especially in a responsible gaming community. So that's my thoughts on the gaming community. What I wanted to do in the chat section below is open a forum for you guys to tell me your experiences about a gaming community. What have you experienced? How do you feel? What's your thoughts on gaming communities? Are they viable? Are they what I said? Because I think there's something. To me, it's a brotherhood or a sisterhood. I love the guys that are part of the community. I'll do anything for them if I can, within my power. And that brings me on to the next thing. Now, something really amazing happened that I want to show you guys. One of our members, Kelder Silk, is a great guy. If you're a fan of my stream, he's the guy who was called Steve that I actually used to call Dave, jokingly, of course. Now, he's had real tragedy in his family. For some time now, he's been caring for his wife, children involved, and just recently he's not been able to get online, and he's been, his partner now is in hospital long term, at least till Christmas. Lots of things going on. Very stressful time for him. Very stressful time for his children. And I know he's going through it. Now, I've kind of had a bit of experience there because my mother had a heart transplant 13 years ago, and now she has basically severe lung disease, and she's pretty much bedridden. She's on oxygen 24/7, and I've been a part-time carer for her on and off for the last 13 years. And, well, more like the last, I would say, 10 to 9 years, really. There was a 4-year period where I was living in and helping out my old man, and I really understand just how hard that can be, especially if you've got no respite. I also understand how much of a financial bang it is to have someone in hospital for a long time. You know, you have meals to pay for, you have the transportation, parking, coffee, £2 a throw. It costs a lot. So I thought what I would do in our community is I'd have a whip round. So I'll just show you what I did. I wrote a forum post. Now, to be honest, I knew our guys would react because we've got a good bunch of guys. But this is what I wrote. We all go through difficult times in our lives where we could use the help and support of our friends and family. You all know I want something different for Havoc X. Real life come first. Well, for me, this is real life. We all bleed the same blood and we all hurt. Right now, one of our brothers' lives is unravelling and there is nothing he can do. There is no daily doubles, clan wars or grinds for him, and with his current issues, stress of RNG now seems like a childish luxury. Joe Crow is a brotherhood of men and a sisterhood of women. We look after our own and support each other in our times of need. You will see that I have placed a donation bar on the homepage of our website. This is for Keld. Spare what you can. I thank you all in advance. From Pete, so Havoc, me. Well, the lads really done me proud, and I'll get on to what's happened. So it's now Sunday. I put that up Tuesday at 11:21. I mean, we had a massive response. There's one guy I want to write here. It says, it's from Razor. Over the years, I've been involved in a number of gaming communities, and as supportive and friendly as they might have been, this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. I do not know the particular circumstances that have led to this initiative, or indeed the individual concerned, but I don't need to know. The Sir in Sir Havoc is richly deserved. Well, I think that guy's wrong. The Sir is richly deserved on all the people that donated. You know, I just facilitated this. Yeah, I put a donation in to start it off, but what actually happened is over in the first 24 hours we raised £400, and now in less than a week we're up to 590, which I deposited to one of our brothers last night, and anything else he gets in will be moved on. So you can quite clearly see that they really do act as a support network. Well done to all those guys that donated. And if we're clicking through, you know, this weren't just a few, this is 10 pages of people donating. One gentleman put £100 donation in, £5. It doesn't matter how much. It's the fact that it was done. And I am so proud of my gaming community, and I hope those of you out there that are part of a gaming community can do the same thing. Because what I realise now is it's way more invested than what I believed. So I hope this was a little bit of an interesting insight into our community and communities as a whole. If you're looking for a gaming community, we're here for you. There will be links in the description below. And thank you for watching. This is Sir Havoc about gaming communities, signing out. Thanks.